Historic best of one. I'm getting prepared for the Brawl event, Brawl Historic event. We're going to be doing a Grixis discard. So just to talk a little bit about the deck, low end we got 3 shocks for early board control, maybe pick off some planeswalkers, you know, at 1 loyalty after they minus. But the main idea behind this deck is making your opponent discard. So we have 3 Kroxa. I'm sure everyone knows what he does by now. He's a 6/6 for 1 black, 1 red. When he enters the battlefield, you sacrifice it unless he escaped. And when he does, enters the battlefield or attacks, each opponent discards a card. And then each opponent who didn't discard an on-land card this way loses 3 life. Of course, you can escape him from your graveyard for 2 swamp, 2 mountain, and then exiling 5 other cards. So we do have a lot of other interaction that goes into the graveyard, fill our graveyard up. And then, of course, with Historic Anthology 2, I decided to try 3 copies of Waste Not, just because of the whole discard theme. It just seems like a lot of value. It's very cheap. We can get it out while we're waiting to cast some of our other discard spells. And it's just insane value. I did some testing on it yesterday. It seemed to do fairly well. I may end up cutting 1 copy, but we'll see after today's gameplay. Thought Erasure for 2. I'm sure everyone who's played Magic for a while knows this one. 1 blue, 1 black, target opponent reveals their hand. You choose a non-land card from it. That player discards that card. And then we get to Surveil 1, which helps us fill up the graveyard and look for more threats. 3 Bedevils. Just all around running Grixis. It's just great value. Destroy target artifact, creature, or planeswalker artifacts. You know, you got your Ember Cleaves, your Great Henge, the Oven. And then we move on to Nicole Ballas the Ravager. I absolutely love this card. It's very sad when it left standard. 1 colorless, 1 blue, 1 swamp, 1 mountain. Legendary creature, Elder Dragon flying. When he enters the battlefield, target opponent discards a card. And then later on, you can transform him into the Nicole Ballas, the Arisen Planeswalker, which is absolutely brutal. 3 Storm's Wrath, 2 colorless, 2 red. This is a new inclusion from the last Theros set. It's great board wipe for red. But I'm including it in my Grixis here because it also hits planeswalkers. Just got to be careful when you're playing this not to kill our own planeswalkers. However, brings me to our next set of cards, a 5-drop, Eldest Reborn. Really missed this card when it left standard. For 4 colorless, 1 swamp, it's a saga. First part of the saga, each opponent sacrifices a creature or a planeswalker. It's great for board removal if you haven't got complete everything off the board. And then the next part is next part of the saga is each opponent discards a card. And then finally, the third one, put target creature or planeswalker card from a graveyard, not your graveyard, any graveyard, onto the battlefield under your control. So that helps us bring back our Nicole Ballas if he dies, or if we have the board wipe and he's on the board. Kroxa will already be in the graveyard. So unfortunately, he does not work because you have to escape him for him to come back. But gets on to the rest of ours. We have 3 Carnival Carnage. I very rarely use the Carnival aspect of this card. Every once in a while, it's mainly here for the Carnage, which is 2 colorless, 1 black, 1 red. Sorcery, Carnage deals 3 damage to target opponent, and that player discards 2 cards, which obviously ties in with our discard theme, helps us fill up the graveyard for Kroxa. 2 Angrath the Flame Chained, one of my other favorites. 3 colorless, 1 black, 1 red. Starts off with 4 loyalty, you plus him, each opponent discards a card and loses 2 life. His -3 ability comes in handy more times than I can think of. Gain control of target creature until the end of the turn, untap it, it gains haste. Until the end of turn, sacrifice it at the beginning of the next end step. It has a converted mana cost of 3 or less. So that's an added bonus. We can sacrifice it if it's a small creature. If it's not, we still gain control of it. This can help us, win the game on a whim. And then, of course, his -8. Each opponent loses life equal to the number of cards in their graveyard, which obviously we're a discard deck, so that will be quite a bit. Nicole Ballas, Dragon God. I was originally running 4 of this. Just seemed like too much. He synergizes with the other planeswalkers in the deck, especially Nicole Ballas the Arisen, if you can get that to land. His +1, you draw a card. Each opponent exiles a card from their hand or a permanent they control. -3, destroy target creature or planeswalker. So we still have added spot removal if we don't pick off anything. Or I should say if we still have something on the board after we Storm's Wrath. And then, of course, his minus is -8. Each opponent who doesn't control a legendary creature or planeswalker loses the game. We're going to try and get to this as much as possible. Our 2 win conditions, our 3 win conditions, main win conditions, are going to be Nicobolus the Arisen, Nicobolus Dragon God, and finally Liliana Dreadhorde General as our top end 1-off. That way, if she dies, we can bring her back. She also helps us draw cards in the late game. And a cool interaction, if you have her on the board and then you drop a Kroxa, because a creature you control dies, you draw a card, which kind of helps as well. A little bit of synergy there. But other than that, it's just a fantastic black planeswalker card. Helps us end the game as well. Her +1 is create a 2/2 black zombie creature token. Help us block. -4, each player sacrifices 2 creatures. This is great for your Dream Trawlers and your other hexproof creatures. I believe it even hits indestructible. Don't quote me on that though. And then, of course, her -9. Each opponent chooses a permanent they control of each permanent type and then sacrifices the rest. This is absolutely devastating, especially if we already have a Ravager on the board or any of our other planeswalkers. And by this point, they should have hardly any cards in their hand. Moving on to the mana base. Got 1 island, 1 swamp, 1 mountain, 2 drowned catacombs, 3 watery graves, 4 blood crypts, 3 dragon skull summits, 3 temple of malice, 3 fabled passage, 3 fields of the dead. Oh yes, 3 fields of the dead. I just threw this in here just as a test. Not 100% sure on it right now. We're not an aggro deck, so I wasn't really too worried about it slowing us down. And then 2 interplanar beacons. Alright, so let's go ahead and play some games and see how we do here. Alright. So we are going to go into some historic ranked while it is available. I still don't understand why Wizards doesn't unlock this all the time. Guess it's a money thing. I'm going to keep you interested in standard. I like standard. I just feel like it gets kind of boring toward the end of each set. You're waiting for more cards to come out so you can go back and have a lot of fun with all these crazy cards. Alright, so we've got a Waste Not. I have no red sources, but I do have a Fabled Passage. I've got a Bedeviled. I think this looks okay. I've got a 3-lander. I got 26 lands in the deck, so we got a 43% chance of drawing another land. We'll keep this. Okay. I am going to go ahead and find... I'm going to find a mountain right now. Looks like we might possibly be up... Oh, right off the bat, mirror match. I'm going to go ahead and play Waste Not. If he counters it, then... Oh, no counter. Okay. Next will be Kroxa, of course, because they'll discard. And because my Drowned Catacombs does not come into play tapped, I'm going to play Field of the Dead next turn. He's holding up 3 lands, so I'm waiting for a counter here. This is going in the graveyard anyway, so I don't really care. If he counters it, it still goes in the graveyard. Perfect. Okay. So he's got an Absorb. It's a Fairy Time Raveler. Okay, that's going to be good for this card right here. If he's playing blue, black, white, I'm interested to see what creatures he has. So we will Bedevil. Alright, let's see what we got here. I could see a Thief of Sanity here, or Thought Erasure. Don't really care too much because I'm about to come for him. Wow, I'm very surprised he took that. I don't think he has a counter spell for one. It could be a quench. I didn't draw another land. So we will just hold this up. Search for Escanta. Okay. Oldie but goldie. Love that card in control. There we go. Alright, so how do we want to hit him? Let's just hit him with Angrath. Alright. Make him discard 2 cards, lose. Oh, okay, well he quit. Okay. Alright. First game of the day, victory. Fantastic. I'm not 100% sure on this mana base. Let me go ahead and double check this. I thought 26 lands. Okay. Okay. 3.4. Mainly blue and black. Red and black. We're going to stick with this. All right. All right, opening hand. This looks pretty good. I got a board wipe. I got some early interaction. 2 planeswalkers. Let's go ahead and keep this. Let's go ahead and start with blue-black. Since our Dragon Skull Summit comes into play untapped, another some type of mono blue. I'm guessing Merfolk. No. Okay, so you're on some type of artifact. Blue artifacts. Block this and sacrifice ginger. Gain 3 life. I am going to wait and see what he does because I can always carnival as he goes to do something. Stone Coil. Okay. Get rid of this shit. I'm going to Field of the Dead because I have no other play, and it comes into play tapped. All that glitter, yeah. This might not be good. Oh, but I do have for Storm's Wrath. So, let's pay 2. Do I want to wipe the board now? Yeah, I think I do. This thing can get out of hand real quick. Hoping for another land here. Looks like he's playing cheap creatures, so I can steal it and kill him with Angrath. Okay. Temple of Malice 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That puts me in my top end. I'm going to go ahead and keep that on top. We're going to play Kroxa because we have nothing else we can play. Have him discard something. Now this is great because Steel Overseer has a converter mana cost of 2. We can take control of that, smack him in the face, and then sacrifice it. Also, we're starting to work up to our Nicole Ballas. With only 3 lands, I'm feeling pretty confident here because he's going to start discarding the rest of what he has. We can also wipe 2 creatures if he happens to play a Dream Trawler or something for some reason. I believe this is that low... ooh. At the beginning of combat on your turn, create a copy. I like that. Alright, so we're going to do this. We're going to play Angrath. I'm going to take control of him and sacrifice him. He pumped him up for us, so that's perfect. Go ahead and gain control of that. Oh, we are going to attack, hit him in the face. It's going to sacrifice at the end of the turn. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 5, 6. That is the top end, and we do not need this. So, sacrifice that. Another Ginger Brute. I don't really care about that. Vanishing Light. Don't really care about that either. Okay. Play our Liliana. We're going to minus because I do not want him equipping anything. And right now we got 3 for our Croxa. I'm going to have to play this. Manifold Key. Alright, he's done. I'm feeling pretty good about this here. Alright, we're going to plus Temple minus. He has no more cards in his hand anyway, so we're going to go ahead and put that to the bottom. I am going to play Nicol Bolas. And now we start the pain. Draw a card. Have him exile something. He's probably going to get rid of one of his lands. Excellent. I'm going to go ahead and... Oh. Alright. Another victory. Fantastic. Alright. I'm really enjoying how this is playing so far. I miss these old cards. And I think the Historic on Arena just has so much potential. It's just so much fun to play with all these cool cards, the old and the new together. I think it's going to be a very exciting format, especially if Wizards decides to unlock it year round. It just doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Alright, so we got a 45% chance to draw a land here. I do have red, black, which is the most important. I've got some early interaction. I've got Croxa. I've got I'm going to keep this. I'm going to lead off with our Temple of Malice because it always comes into play tapped. Bolas is tempting, but I need a land, so I'm going to put him in the bottom. Cabal Stronghold. Have not seen that in a long time. That could be nasty. So maybe some type of mono black devotion. I'm going to shock in this Watery Grave. We're going to play a Croxa. Make him discard something. Let's see what he discards. A Brain Maggot. Excellent. Well, we have plenty of stuff to interact with him, so I'm not really too worried about that. Waste Not. Awesome. So he is discard as well. That's pretty cool. I think we're going to put this into play tapped, and we're going to Thought Erasure. Let's see what he's got in his hand. Got another Brain Maggot. Discard, discard, discard. We have no creatures. So he's one off of playing that. Enters tapped. Pajuka Bog comes into play tapped, so he's not playing Mind Rot next turn unless he draws a land off the top. Brain Maggot, he can actually choose. I'm not really too concerned about that because you have Carnival Carnage. This exiles my entire graveyard. I think I want to get rid of this one. Once again, we're looking for land, so I'm going to put Bolas in the graveyard, unfortunately. And if he Brain Maggots, I kill it. If he Brain Maggots, I kill it. If he plays... okay. So... I think I will get rid of... We're one off from Carnival Carnage, which would really hurt him. I think I am going to get rid of... You might have a Derival as well. I think we're going to get rid of the Shock. bog does both. I see. Alright, so we did not draw another land. That kind of hurts. He's now going to hit us with another discard. Doesn't really... We're going to be getting rid of something anyways. This kind of sucks. I'm going to just pass because... because he's about to hit us with some more discard here, and I'm gonna need. I don't want to get rid of Eldest Reborn. Oh, I guess it doesn't matter because he exiled my graveyard. Target player discards 2 cards. Okay. Discard Carnage, and we'll discard this. I'm really hoping for another land so I can. Go ahead and get rid of that, I guess. I'm really hoping for... See, I love this waste knot, man. What value? What value? Yeah, I'm just gonna let him hit because I'd like to draw another land, and still not. All right, so that's good game. Good game. So 26 lands in the deck. Got Magic the Gathering. All right, some rewards here. It's Leo the Gemini. Alright, once again, nice hand. Got some early interaction, creature control. I'm going to keep this. I'm going to go ahead and start off with the Temple of Malice because it comes into play tapped. There's our Waste Knot and a Thought Erasure on turn 2. Love it. Now, depending on what he plays, yeah, we're going to go ahead and shock this in. Play this Waste Knot. And untap. So we'll go ahead and do this first. We have a counterspell, yes. Ionize. Okay. I don't mind that. Unmoored Ego. Wow. Okay, that's a very powerful card. That's Croxa type. Nice. Nice. Alright, well, Croxas are down. But, ooh, I'm going to hit him with this first. Let's make him discard some stuff. Unmoored Ego. What a powerful card. I mean, I usually see that in sideboards, not best of one, but I guess. Alright, we got a Nicole Ballas. Alright. You take all my Croxas and then you concede. Alright, cool. Hand. I love the Storm's Wrath. Got some early interaction Croxa, Interplanar Beacon for some life gain. Got a Scry. I think 4-lander's kind of greedy with 26 lands, but I think we're going to keep this. We will be playing our Temple of Malice. Because it comes into play tapped, gives the Scry. Got Bedevil. Already got a Bedevil in our hand, but I mean, you know, we don't know where we're playing, so go ahead and keep that. Got 4 lands, so. Excuse me. So, unfortunately, we don't have any swamps or islands, mountains to get these out untapped, so I am. Protection from black. I am going to. I'm going to go ahead and play Drowned Catacomb, so we have our mana spread. Acclaimed Contender. Okay. So these Bedevils might come in handy if he's looking for an equipment. Just a Knight of the Ebon Legion, so I'm not really worried about that. However, it seems like he's playing Knights. We got History Benalia, we got Benalish Marshal. A lot of very powerful historic cards with Knight synergies. Okay, so I do have a Croaks I can play. I am preparing for the Bedevil or the Storm's Wrath. Yeah, I think we're gonna play Temple. Cobalt is fantastic. So we can board wipe. And then play Nicobolus afterward. Have him discard a hand. I also have Carnival Carnage. If I could just draw a swamp or a mountain, so I can get that into play untapped. However, we do have the Interplanar Beacon. Another Acclaimed Contender. Okay. Worthy Knight whenever you cast a Knight spell. Okay. So I will be board wiping here, unfortunately. And then he's going to play Worthy Knight. I'm going to have him discard 2, and then I'm going to hit him with a Bolus right after that. Wintermoor, I don't really care about that. Death Touch. Oh, Fabled Passage. Okay. So, I will search for a swamp. We will 2, 4, 6. I'm gonna have him discard his hand because I don't want him. Then we can follow up with the Ravager. There's the history. Wait, what was that? Knight of Grace, another Acclaimed Contender. Oh, this one's not looking good. 2, 4, 5. All right. So we'll play Bolus. Discard a card. Another Acclaimed Contender. Okay. All right. This isn't looking good here. Really need a board wipe, but I already used it. What's the right move here? Kill him. Get rid of whatever's in his hand. History, yeah, get rid of that. Don't need any more lands. And I think I'm pretty much dead here. He's got 3, 2, 4, 5, 6. Unfortunately, nothing we can do there. We got overwhelmed. I had to use the Storm's Wrath when I did. I mean, we would have been dead 2 or 3 turns sooner. But that's just how it goes. Let's go move on to the next one. All right, we have two tap lands, no red. I'm gonna have to mulligan this. Got a Temple of Malice, a little scry action. Can't play Croxa. 2 bolus. 45% chance to draw a card. Starting with a red black. Yeah. Go ahead and return 1 bolus. Okay. All right. And we have an island with a Rakdos sleeve. Always think it's funny when people assume that people are playing a specific color because they have the sleeve. I mean, we're gonna keep that. Early interaction. I don't know what exactly this guy's playing. He could be on Murph. Okay, red, blue. Is it? Oh no, it's a Kiln Fiend deck. Well, that's easy. We'll go ahead and shock that immediately. This guy's gonna get like 18 by 18, or 18/18 at the end of round 3. All the buffs. So blue-red buff, Kiln Fiend. Opt. Okay. Look at that. He casts an opt and he gets +3/+0 until the end of the turn. So nasty. Alright, so I'm trying to think of what other, like, Champion of the Flame, I think, is another one. It's like a 2 or 3 drop. It gets pumped. There's quite a few spells. You got Wee Dragonauts that gets okay, and we missed our land. Okay. So once again, with 26 lands, we are 47% chance to draw a land. So we could see some Drakes coming here. We got some pretty nice Planeswalkers we could see. I'm trying to see though, because it's been a very long time since obviously I played Historic. I don't usually play it because you know, they don't offer ranked or anything. There's no real electrostatic field. Recasting damage each point. Okay. I would really like a land, if possible. That'll work. So then he'll discard this, 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 and this. Thinking we have counter spells here. I still did not draw a land though. It's not good. We're starting to get behind. 3 reds, 2 blues. We got this, this. Oh no. And still no land. Okay, I'm gonna wait one more turn. It's gonna start getting nasty here with Torbran. I guess that was kind of my fault because sick. So with Torbran on the board, every time he casts an instant or sorcery spell, he's doing 3 damage with the damn electrostatic field. That's pretty sexy. Oh no. Okay, this is not looking good. So now with shock, I need a board wipe. Torbran goes in for 4. Yeah, this isn't looking good. I guess this was my fault for keeping a 2-lander. Yeah. Good game. Yeah, I think that was my fault for keeping a 2-lander. Just waiting for the Erebos Historic Brawl event. I might use this deck. Do some tweaking. Okay, we got land this time. I think I'm gonna keep this. Go ahead and start with our Blood Crypt. Creepy background noise. It's like little babies crying or something. Alright, so thankfully we got the Swamp Mountain. We are going to lead with this. So I have my 2 black. I'm going to play my mountain for the next turn so I can hold up the devil. I see blue, could be mono blue. Oh no. Whenever you draw a card, each opponent puts the top 2 cards of their library into their graveyard. That sucks. Okay, so let's hit him with the Carnage then. Time of Ice. Tap target creature an opponent controls doesn't untap during its untap phase. Okay. Well, this will help us with Kroxa if we can get it out before he dies. So I think we thought erasure here. Sleep. Blink of an eye. Whenever a creature an opponent controls becomes tapped if it isn't being tap target creature. Okay, so that doesn't hit us. Draw a card. Yes. Alright, so I think we're going to be okay here. I mean, I'm trying to remember what the name of it. Patient Rebuilding is another nasty enchantment. Alright. We do have some ways to bring back our stuff from the graveyard. If we can hit a Kroxa. Ooh. But then he goes in the graveyard. He could also be running Ashiok. What do I want to do here? I think we do this. I'm going to play Nicol Bolas. I'm going to play this. I don't think I have any, yeah. All lost thoughts, okay. Well, now he's filled up our graveyard substantially. Done. I think I do this because we want to stay ahead on the draw. I'm going to draw. There's a Field of the Dead. That's good. Okay. We have 31. We're in a good position here. Yeah. All right. Excellent. Took it down. Yeah, those mill decks can be scary. Used to have an old mill deck that had Psychic Corrosion, Patient Rebuilding. I think mill could be very strong in Historic right now, especially with the new set. Alright, let's see what we got here. Euro, nice. Nice, nice, nice. Alright, let's open up a pack here. Got another Mythic coming. It's fantastic. Some more gems. Alright. And I'm going to take a little break. I will be back on later playing the Festival of Erebos. Thanks for tuning in.